Guys, I apologize for the audio. For some for some inexplicable reason.
Yeah, there you go.
The first part of this podcast did
The
not.
first part, well, fuck, it was a whole part. It was a whole thing, man. It was a whole.
Yeah, actually, the whole thing.
The whole thing's fucked up.
My bad, guys.
My bad.
This is on me. I forgot to press record on the interface in the software program to record the good audio onto my computer.
Well, we're gonna have a good solid 4 minutes and 5 seconds.
Yes.
So it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I missed a hell of a lot, but promise, guys, if you stay tuned and stick through this shitty audio for an hour and a half, you'll maybe learn something and become a better person.
Cue the music.
Welcome to the Defynest podcast, the podcast where we talk about stuff. I invite a guest. We share some stories. We have a real life conversation. Hopefully we share some laughs too. This guest today is, as you can tell from the board right here, he is number 1 on my archnemesis lists. This is the guy who flakes all the time.
Wait, time out. I want to know why I'm like in front of Comcast. Comcast is pretty bad. Pretty bad. If anybody's ever dealt with Comcast, like, I'm like way in front of them. So I don't know if your guests could see the screen or not. I mean, the whiteboard.
Yeah, they should be able to see it. Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I know you interrupted. I haven't introduced you yet.
Okay.
All right?
Okay. Go.
God.
All right.
I told you. I prepped you. I gave you the rules. All right. Just wait until I introduce you. Then you can talk. All right. This guest right here is number 1 on my arch nemesis list. He is the guy that flaked on me. He sucks at life. He's a sellout. He's a flake. He's a faker. He's a hater. Yeah, man. He was supposed to be the first guest on my podcast.
You forgot low life.
Hey, you know what? I told you to wait until I finish introducing you. All right. So his name. He goes by lots of names. All right.
You just gave me like 5 right now.
Yeah.
Like 7 or 8, 10 or.
Those are just describing you.
Okay.
His name is Adrian Gomez. All right. AKA G-Dog. AKA Wow Wow. AKA Giddy. And now he just goes by Giddy.
That's 5.
Yeah, that's 5, man. A little round of applause.
Thank you for having me here, Mike. Thank you for having me here. Mm-hmm. Again, I'm just a little bit surprised that I'm in front of Comcast.
Yeah, you beat Comcast. That's a big deal.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yes.
That is a big deal. Comcast is like the worst ever. I had Comcast for like many years. Mm-hmm. Actually, like just 2. And I guess I got bamboozled by the promo when they said like $50 or whatever, and then it jumped for like 50 to like 70, and then after that it was like 170. So I was like, whoa, hey, time out. What the heck? And so I called and I told him like, hey, I don't appreciate this 170, and they were like, it's like, I've been a loyal customer for like 2 years. Can you do me a solid? They were like, nah. They were ready to let me go. Yeah. So I was like, all right, fine. I'll go. Two weeks later, they called me. It's like, hey, you know what? We really want you back. I was like, well, I need a cable and internet. That's too late now. I'm going to with somebody else. So I decided to go with them. But to the point, Comcast sucks.
Yeah. And I even thought about one time moving from Houston, because right here where I live, I can only get Comcast.
Yeah. So
that was the only provider. There was nobody else that gave high-speed internet to this area.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought about moving from Houston. I was like, you know what? At that time, Google had just introduced fiber in Austin. So I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I would move to Austin just to get away from Comcast. That's how much I hate Comcast.
Yeah, and this is kind of weird because I guess we only have like 2 high-speed internet providers, I think.
We just got AT&T.
Ours was I barely have just received like 2 years ago, like not even like 2 years ago. Maybe 2 years ago, the whole AT&T.
Yeah.
And man, for the longest it's been Comcast. So yeah, it sucks. And like I think we're like a major city that only has 2. I think other cities have 3 or 4. I don't know. Anybody out there comment? I don't know. Comment below.
No, you don't have to comment below.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
That's how much I hate Comcast. And then you're number 1. You beat them. Yeah. You beat them because you sold me out. You're supposed to come on the first episode. Okay. That's the only reason.
Well, let's go back on that.
Okay.
Okay, so I did call you and I told you, hey, let's do it now. I gave you enough time. I didn't give you 15 minutes. So like you made it seem like it was 15 minutes out of the blue.
The text. All right. I have the text. Okay. It was like 11. Now it was 10:58. You text or whatever. I was that day that you text. I was feeling like crap. I had like 2 hours of sleep. I had just woken up. And so I was like, man, I can't do a podcast right now. I can't even speak. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to say no. But
no, I think I told you like, hey, are you available today?
No, you said within the hour. You said within the hour.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
You said within the hour.
I don't know.
Okay, I have proof.
Okay, well, okay. I know it was a short notice.
Yeah, it was short notice. Just like today. Okay.
Okay, today was it was kind of like short notice.
Yeah. Okay, so I was trying to book a guest for next week, and I was like, you know what? Let me give him some time. You know, this is. I was like, we got a week in advance. I was like, that's plenty of time for him to try to schedule it because he had to, like after the Billy. The first episode that I had, Billy, you had told me that I asked you to be number 2, and then you said yes. So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and try to schedule it. So I hit him up, just thinking about it, maybe he'll like, a couple of days or like early next week or something like that. This dude texts me. He was like, can you do it today? I was like, oh man. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I did. When you text me if I could do it today, I was like, I was a little upset. I was like, this guy, he expects.
No, time out. What was my response, first of all?
What?
I was trying to like make fun of the whole situation about 15 minutes, so I was like, can you do it in the next 15 minutes? I was like, can you do it in the next 15 minutes? Yes, you're like kind of like out of spite, I was like, can you do it in the next 15 minutes? But in reality, I was kind of free today. I mean, I'm like, I don't know if people usually don't, I guess people don't know my regular voice, but I'm a little bit sick today. Under the weather. It's raining, but I still managed to come. Okay.
Excuses, guys. That is all excuses. Do not believe me. All right. Do not believe him. But yeah, so I was like, man, this guy, he really expects me to drop everything that I'm doing just so I can fit him in on the podcast. I was like, man, that is crazy. So you know what I did? I dropped everything I was doing. I dropped everything I was doing. I was like, the beard was looking kind of rough. I was like, you know what, let me go like trim it up a little bit and get everything ready for the podcast.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what happened. So I dropped everything I was doing for you.
But people that don't know, I'm usually very unpredictable. I'm like, I'm very unpredictable. I just kind of like go with the flow sometimes, and sometimes I just create my own path. Like, and that's with everything. I mean, I just go and I guess set up meetings with Mike without 15 minutes notice.
Yeah.
I ran a marathon without even training.
That was hilarious.
That was actually hilarious.
Go ahead and tell that story.
No. It's just my label should be unpredictable.
Yeah.
Unpredictable. I mean, I just do anything if I feel like doing it, I feel like doing it. I'm just like, I guess, very fluid.
Spontaneous.
Yeah, but yeah, you want to hear the marathon story?
Before you get into that,
okay,
let's go ahead and tell the viewers how we first met. We're gonna tell them our meet.
Oh yeah,
our meet cute.
All right, Well, we'll put the marathon.
We're gonna tell them our meet cute.
Okay,
you know what that is?
Yeah. How we met, right?
Our meet cute. It's like in romantic rom-coms.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Like in rom-coms, where the guy meets the girl.
So it was 1993.
Was it?
Wow.
It probably was around. It was around that time. I think I did the math. It's like 25.
So you gotta tell it in a sexy voice as we're doing this.
Yeah. Go deeper.
Go deeper now. It was 1993.
It was
and we were very infant.
Yeah. It was third grade. This is back in elementary school.
Johnson Elementary.
Yeah, Johnson Elementary. That's not even there anymore.
No, they tore it down. They tore it down. It's gone now. It's gone. They blew it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Not literally, but they just tore it down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it was 1993.
Yeah, it was third grade. I remember I had to stay after school one day to finish some projects or whatever. And then back at that time, our school only had computers like in certain rooms.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then so I remember like once I finished what I was doing, the teacher let me go to like where the computers were and we could play games on the computers. So I met Giddy playing Oregon Trail.
That game was lit.
Oregon Trail in third grade after school. That's how I met Giddy. Like I think I was there first, and you came in and you sat next to me, and then you started playing Oregon Trail on your computer too.
Wait, were you playing? This is a long time ago.
Yeah.
And many drinks ago, so my mind's gonna be very foggy.
Yeah.
Were you playing for Oregon Trail first, or did I just sit down next to you and play?
There was two computers.
Okay.
There was two computers right next to each other. And so I was already sitting down in one of them playing Oregon Trail, and then you came down and you sat in the other one.
Wait, the biggest question I have right now is, did I survive Oregon Trail? That game was hard.
I think I died of pneumonia, yellow fever or something like that.
Malaria.
Yeah, malaria.
That game was hard.
And I would always drown because I never wanted. You had to pay to.
Oh yeah, I was so cheap. I did not want to pay for that. I was like, no way I'm paying.
Build your own raft. Build your own raft.
It was like me. I was like, no, I do not want to pay $2. And I was like, no. And also like. I was a little kid. I didn't know what feet were and like how deep it was. Like it's like they were telling you like it's 50 feet. 50. That sounds very shallow. I could do it. And then like they showed the little animation of the little wagon going into the river. And I promise you, man. Like half of the time, like my wagon will come out missing. Like half of the stuff was gone, and like it will tell you like Betty Sue has died. And I was like, oh dang. I was like, damn. That was a mistake.
Yeah.
So yeah, we met back in the day. So I've been knowing Mike for like the longest.
Yeah,
the longest.
I think it was like 25, 26, 27 years, something like that.
Jeez, man, it's been that long.
I want to say it was 27 years.
Damn.
I did math for you, man.
Okay.
I did the math. It's 27 years ago.
Good.
Yeah.
Again, memory's been very foggy.
Yeah.
If you have if you put animation or if you were to put an X-ray on my head, it'll be just like little gears grinding and smoke because I can't think of like a lot of stuff. I have like just tons of information, tons of like stuff that just happened, tons of memories that just like just happened to me. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. I'm getting to that point too where I was like, I don't remember like I've forgotten so many things.
Yeah.
Like that's happened. Like it seems like so long ago that we did some of the stupid stuff we did growing up.
Yeah.
I was like, and then I'll be talking to somebody else. They bring it up, and I was like, did that really happen? I was like, I don't remember that.
Yeah, they always tell me. They always tell me like, hey, you remember this? And I'm like, I don't want to be rude, so I'm just like, I just like nod my head. Like, yeah. So that's all. I mean, I guess that comes with age. We getting older, so I don't know.
I think that's a little bit of how we are too, because we're kind of very similar in the way that we're always doing something.
Yeah.
No matter what, I get pretty sure it's our ADD.
Yes.
Yeah, it has to be our ADD.
I don't know if I don't know if I have an ADD.
I'm like 100% positive that
so
you do.
I wish there was a test for like adults.
Well, there is a test.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
It's expensive. Don't take it.
Okay. Well, I don't know. So
it's a whole like 6-hour process.
Well, fucking 6 hours.
Yes.
6 hours. You're gonna forget shit, man. They're gonna ask you a question of like 2 hours ago. You're gonna forget stuff. They kind of want you to be ADD then.
Yeah. They break it up. You could either do like, or the one that I took, you could either do like 3 sessions of 2 or 2 sessions of 3 hours.
Okay.
So I did the 2 sessions of 3 hours because I was like, man, I'm not coming in here 3 days of the week or 3 days just to finish this.
So what do they ask you?
The one I took, it's an IQ test. It is an IQ test.
Oh no signal.
It's just the monitor.
Okay,
sleep.
sorry.
Monitor which is to sleep on itself. Yeah. So it's an IQ test kind of combined with a stress test, like to see how much information you can like handle and see how much that you could recall and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then just they ask you like weird questions. I remember like I was confused when I was taking it. I was like, what am I? I was like, I have no clue what's going on right now. Like the first thing they did was like just put me in this room, sit me in front of the computer, and then like the person that was giving the test, she just left. Okay. And just left me in there. I was like, all right.
Okay. Why do I start? Do I write my name?
The computer pops up and then you have to do stuff. Okay. And it asks you stuff.
Okay. So they ask you a weird question. What kind of weird questions?
The computer part is more of like it's prompting you to do stuff. Okay. And then some of it doesn't even have any instructions. Like it's just there. I was like, what am I supposed to do?
Just like life, guys.
Yeah.
No instructions.
Yeah, what we do, just shoot from the hip.
Yeah, we just shoot from the hip.
Just wing it.
I'm a big shoot from the hip kind of guy. Yeah, how did we even get to this part? We were talking about childhood.
Oh man,
we were talking about childhood.
It just happens.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back into to the childhood. So
okay,
I've been having Mike for a lot of classes. You know, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, all the way to like 12th grade. After 12th grade, we start doing stupid stuff.
I don't know, man. I started before.
Okay, you might have started before.
I was doing stupid stuff a lot earlier. Okay.
So
you
Mike
gave me too much credit.
Okay. So Mike introduced me to something called alcohol and beer. So, Mom, if you see this, it's Mike.
It was all my fault.
Yeah. No, seriously. We had a couple of good parties here.
We had a whole bunch of parties.
We had a whole bunch of parties here.
I think that's all we did.
That's why. And Mike was like, he was going to U of H, and I was going to Lone Star. I was just trying to just survive, man. To be honest, yesterday. Not yesterday, but whenever I saw the podcast, I was like, man, you and Billy were talking about the whole college, stuff. Like, man, a lot of stuff like just kind of like, hit home.
Yeah.
You were just thrown into college.
Yeah.
We were all thrown into college. We didn't have
no preparation whatsoever.
We didn't even know what a drop was. It's true. Nobody teaches you that. Nobody teaches you that. And you're just kind of like just floating. Yeah. Just floating out there in the sea and just trying to survive. And that's completely different from what we were talking about meeting each other. But Mike and I have known each other. Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right. I guess we could get back into let's tell the marathon story because that's just hilarious.
All right. So again, this is going back to me being like
all over the place,
shoot from the hip. I don't give a fuck. I just do it. I have little censor to me, like people that don't know me or just are gonna be they are kind of shocked to meet me. Like they're like, this guy doesn't shut the fuck up. Like, he doesn't know. He just kind of I'm kind of blunt with stuff too.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's why you kind of hang out with me, because I'm kind of blunt, and the guys too.
Yeah.
I roast a lot of people all the time. I roast myself times all the time.
Yeah.
But, like, okay, so the marathon story. Okay, let's go back to that. Okay,
Focus.
Focusing. You see, stupid ADD.
Over here.
Okay. So it was okay. You want me to tell it in a sexy voice?
You can tell in any voice you want.
So it was 2015. It was a cold January. Okay, no, it's gonna take long. All right, so this was maybe 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And I signed up for a marathon, half marathon. The day comes, they have a big convention in downtown, and this is the Houston Marathon for those people that don't know. This is the Houston Marathon. They have a big convention the weekend before the race. You go buy gear, you go pick up your stuff, you go pick up a packet, your number and stuff like that. It's like a packet pickup. And people that run, they know this stuff. But anyways, I show up, all happy, I start doing my little dance, I'm about to do this, I'm gonna own this, So I go pick it up, and I'm kind of shocked, because the lady says, good luck on your marathon, sir. And I'm like, whoa, time out. What do you mean marathon? I'm doing the half marathon. Oh, no, sir, no, you're doing the full marathon. It says right here in this little bib, full marathon. And I'm like, whoa, hey, can I change it? It's like, no, you either have to do the full marathon or you don't do it at all. So in the back of my head, I was like, damn, I'm gonna die on this, because this is my first marathon I have ever done. It's like the first time I've run like 26.1 miles or 26.2 miles, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna die. Yeah. I'm gonna die. So but in the back of my mind, I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna push myself to the limit and see if I'm gonna be able to do it. And you know what? I did it. I mean, I did it. But it's a story, because you saw it. You were texting me. You were. I was like, I was
seeing you. I was seeing you live.
Yeah.
Because online, you could go to a website where they kept track of where the person is on the marathon, in the path. And then so the marathon starts stupid early.
Yeah, start at 7 or something like that.
And I remember I woke up and I was like, oh man, the marathon's starting. I was like, let me see where he's at. Yeah. And then so I get online to the website, and then so I see the little guy. They have a little guy, and they show him running.
Like a little animation, right?
A little animation of him running or whatever. And then I look at his times. I was like, oh man, he's doing pretty good. And then I was like, cool. And then he got to a point where the little guy wasn't moving. This
is what's fucked up, man. Because I tried to push my body, and my knee blew out. This is a part of the story. My knee blew out. I should have... to begin with, I didn't really train for the half marathon. I was just kind of running here and there. And I was just like, you know what? I'm able to do it. Because in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, it's only a half marathon. I know how to run. I'm going to be okay. But full marathon, I never trained for it. So I was just like, you know what? I could do it, but I ended up just giving out in mile number 13. And this is where Mike texts me yo, boss, are you okay?
Yeah, I was worried.
Because this animation stopped moving.
Yeah, and he was stuck there for a while. So I was because up to that point, I think you're around an 8-something mile, 8-point-something minute mile.
Yeah, I was doing good.
Doing good, and you're cruising through it. I was like, man, he's doing pretty good. I'm surprised. I was like, go ahead. Yeah. But you got to that point, that animation, because what I noticed is they would update it every mile.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, all right, cool. So I would just wait 8 minutes or 9 minutes, and then the little guy would move.
9 minutes
I was
fast.
like, hey, he's still there. I was like, oh, okay, maybe he's just slowing down. His pace slowed down some. And I was like, no. That was 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, 25 minutes ago. And that little guy is still stuck there.
So what happened the day of the race is that my knee gave out. So I was I was just completely devastated. I wasn't able to move my left knee, so I was stuck like in the middle. So I was like, I could either go back and not get a medal, or go forward and get a medal, finish it off, and it'll be a heck of a story. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go forward. I was just like, at first I was like, well, my knee was completely gone. I was like, man, it was gone. So I was like, well, how am I gonna finish? I was like, just talking to myself, and I was like, how am I gonna finish this? So the first thing I started doing was I started hopping on one leg. Bad idea, because you're next.
You're mess up your other knee.
Yeah, exactly. So, bad idea because it started fucking up with my legs. Knee. I only have two knees, so I was like, my next knee is messing up. So I started I seriously could not move. I was just like stuck. Like it felt like I had like concrete boots.
Yeah.
I couldn't move. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, okay, all right, think, Adrian, think. All right, so let me just take a first step. And I took a first step, and I was like, okay, let me take a second step. Oh, it hurts. That was a bad knee. Okay, let me do the next step. So it was just really a battle with myself, like if I could do one step at a time and able to finish it, like I'm able to do it. So yeah, sure enough, like 25 minutes passed, and that's whenever you saw the animation move. You saw the animation move. Okay, he's doing.
Okay, he's still alive. I was worried he had a heart attack. Yeah. I was like, this dude, he probably went to Burger King before the race.
No, he probably sidetracked. He got sidetracked. He saw
a Burger King.
He saw a Burger King.
He went in, had himself a Texas double
Whopper.
Oh
Man, that's another story right there. That's the best. And I didn't learn my lesson. Because I'm doing a marathon again in 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Really?
The January.
This is the Chevron.
Yeah,
it's coming up. The Houston Marathon.
The 12th. Yeah, the 12th.
You're doing it again?
Do it again. This time I'm doing the half marathon.
Oh, for sure. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I checked it. I triple checked it. I clicked it. I went back. I was like, yeah. I took a screenshot of it, and I was like, yeah, I'm doing the marathon.
You called just to make sure.
Yeah, I called to make sure. But I didn't train. I haven't trained.
Yeah.
I was doing good in October. November started coming up, and it started like a little bit of coldness. Honestly, I'm all right. December said I was like, you know what? December is gonna be the month. December's gonna be the month that I'm gonna start training. I'm gonna pick it up. I gotta run every day, and I'm gonna be good. And it didn't happen. We had a wedding a weekend ago. Uh-huh. Yeah, and they did this little Hispanic dance where they run around.
Yeah.
Dude, I participated. I'm out of breath, man. I'm like, man, I'm gonna die in this marathon, man. I don't know how I'm gonna do it.
All right, guys. So this is gonna be the last time that Giddy's on the show. Pretty sure I won't have him. He won't come back for a second visit.
No, I'll probably be dead by that time. No, I know. I know my body. I'll probably die like in mile number 7. Really fucked up, dude. If I actually died, and then mile number 7, it's like, this is gonna be like weird.
Oh man, I'm gonna shop it to all the newscasts.
Oh yeah.
I was like, this guy predicts his own death.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be on BuzzFeed. Yeah. It's gonna be like on Yahoo News and CNN and all that stuff. Like, man predicts his own death.
Yep.
Yeah, and see, this is the thing about me. I really don't care about death. Like, if I die, honestly, if I die, I know, I lived a good life. And that's why I'm kind of just whatever. I'm very fluid because I try to live life just to the max. I just try to push the envelope. If I die, I died. It's my time to come, and I'm okay with that. I'm just I think a lot of people are very worried about stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I just feel like people don't realize how short of a time they have. Yeah, they have a shorter time. You only on Earth. What is it the average American is 70 years old. Yeah. Shit, we're I'm already a third of my life is gone. And it's crazy. Yeah. And so I try to just push everything in my life. So whenever I die, at least people go that guy. That guy was kind of cool, man. Was kind of cool. He pushed it and he did a lot of stuff. And he took a gamble on a lot of on his life, and and it's a good story. Like I always end up with good stories, man. Just probably like later on, like in life, like whenever like my grandkids tell me like, hey, you know, how was your life? Like I tell them like, yeah, this is what I did. They're not gonna believe me.
Yeah.
And people are like, I mean, I have so many stories. It's like ridiculous. Mike probably, you know.
Yeah, I know most of them.
Yeah, you both know most of them.
Yeah.
He's been part of some too.
Yeah.
He's been part of some too.
I'm the cause. I've been the cause of some.
Yeah. I know the biggest one was the Burger King one. The Burger King, the Texas Whopper after I think it was a Christmas or what?
I don't know we were doing something, and then we're out like early.
Yeah, it was like 7:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
Was it Black Friday that we?
I don't know.
It was in the Black Friday.
No, we're doing something, and then we're out early, and then we're just about done, and then we're like, man, we're hungry, so I'm like, let's go get breakfast.
Yeah,
that was the idea.
So this is like the morning. It just like probably 11:00 because that's when they start serving lunch.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I told Mike, hey man, you hungry, Mike? I got this gift card. And I was very happy with the gift card. I was like this, you know. And I was like, all right, get whatever you want. And then Mike was like, I'll get whatever you getting. Yeah. And I ordered the Texas double Whopper.
Yeah.
And for those that don't know, they live somewhere in like Japan or you know, Washington. Thailand. Okay,
we're big in Thailand.
Thailand. Okay. You know, you get a Texas double Whopper, which is like 2 patties. You know, of course, the buns, and then you got bacon, cheese, jalapenos, and which is all good and dandy, which is meant to be eaten at like 3:00, right?
Yeah,
3:00 or like 2:00 in the afternoon, maybe during lunchtime.
Yeah,
not at 11.
Not in the morning.
Not in the morning.
You do not eat a Texas double Whopper before noon.
Nah, that's warning. Do not eat that.
Yeah.
Well, you know. We should have sued Burger King. They should have had a warning. Yeah. So what happened was that, you know, we eat it.
Yeah.
And I drop off Mike.
No. I was driving. No, or you could have been. But I remember we were in the car, and then like I was getting these pains in my chest, and then I was like, I say it out loud. I was like, dude, man, I'm not feeling so good, man. I got this pain in my chest right now. And I remember you like, dude, I have the same thing.
It's the same thing, man. It hurts. Yeah. It hurts, man. It hurts. But it was like I know my arteries were just clogged up.
Yeah.
Like I could just hear my breath. I was like, I was just struggling for air. Like, that burger was not meant to be eaten. Like, before like 12:00. Yeah. That was crazy.
Yeah, but going back to what you said earlier about people being scared of dying and not living like basically living to the fullest, not living each day at a time and stuff like that. You know, I totally agree with that. And that's people. You said people were scared of dying, and you know, I didn't realize I was scared of dying until I got sick. Mm-hmm. Until I got sick with I guess we can tell it for the viewers who don't know. I have a autoimmune disorder. It's a mixed connective tissue disease. I have lupus. I have rheumatoid arthritis. A whole bunch of other stuff. I have a herniated disc in my spine. I have scoliosis. And a whole bunch of other things. But it was mainly the autoimmune disorder. So with that, I got real tired. Like pain everywhere. Everything's hurting. Stuff like I got to the point where I was like, man, you know what? I could go anytime. And that it was at that point when I started realizing, I was like, I guess I am scared of dying. And it was to the point where I was like, you know, I was thinking about it. It was kind of like I had to accept the fact, you know, that it could happen because I was worried more about like, oh, I still have like so much other stuff that I need to do. That's what my thing. Like I was worried about doing other stuff. Like I was like, oh man, I still want to do this and I want to do that and stuff like that. But then I started thinking about it and I started looking back and I was like, man, and like I was going through my computer, I found like old stuff. I was like, man, I completely forgot I did that, and I completely forgot I did that. And then I was like, man, I had to like kind of like look at myself like outside if I was just like some random person.
Mm-hmm.
And it got to that point where I realized I was like, man, I've done some dope stuff.
Right.
I was like, you know what? And I was like, man, I've done some cool stuff. I was like, man, I've learned a lot. I was like, I did the whole the shop thing for a while. You know what? I did that for 14 years, and you know, I was able to make a living off of that. You know, and that's crazy just to think about that. And then, you know, graduating, you know, going to U of H, getting a degree, all this other stuff that I started thinking about. I was like, you know what? I realized, you know, I could die right now and I'm good. You know, I've lived my life.
Don't die though.
I don't want to.
I mean, don't die right now.
Okay, this is crazy now because you predicted
you're
gonna die in a marathon.
Now you're gonna croak on me. I'm just gonna look at the camera and I'm looking at the body. I'm looking at the camera. I was like, so will Mike want me to upload this?
Yes, upload it.
Upload this or call 911.
Okay, call 911 first. Okay, then upload it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So no BuzzFeed. Maybe later. Okay.
If you could get money for it, shop it around. Call TMZ, see if they can pay something for it.
And I'm sorry to break the mood, or not to break it up, you know. But you know, this has always been like me. It's always been like I try to make fun of the situation.
Yeah.
I don't try to take everything so serious.
Yeah.
Because everything's not so serious. I feel like it's not everything so serious. You know, everything's a joke to me.
Yeah.
I mean, death is a joke. Life is a joke. I mean, you know, who thought that, you know, cactuses and humans would go get along together? You know, it's kind of stupid, you know. But that's life, you know.
Yeah.
You know, the cactus doesn't really belong here, you know. I fucking hate cactuses. Cacti or whatever you want to call it, but you know, it's just funny, man. It's just funny. Everything's funny, like and like with your situation, you know, it's really you know something that as far as like you know anybody that's looking should appreciate. Like you know, they should look at themselves and be like, you know what, I have it good. You know, I don't have it. You know, I could have it worse. Not that yours. I mean, yours is bad, but you know. People could have it worse. And you could have it worse. You could be on a wheelchair. You could be in a wheelchair in a third world country. You know, we always have to look at I always feel like we always have to look at the glass half full. You know, not half empty. You know, and that, and you know, I feel like you know, we always try to keep up with the Joneses. You know,
yeah.
Everybody like, and this is you know now with social media a lot. You know, everybody's trying to like you know. And look where I'm going this year, you know, or like, you know, and I've been guilty of that sometimes, you know, kind of posting it, you know, and be like, you know what, this is kind of cool, you know, I'm maybe just, you know, showing off a little bit, but you know,
like, oh, I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Giddy over here likes to go like vacation like every other week.
All
over the world and stuff.
Time out, all over the U.S. First of all, it's all over the U.S.
It's not international yet.
Yeah, it's all over the world. I've only been to one other country outside the U.S. Dominican Republic. Crazy story, but yeah, I've been on the U.S. But and this was before the baby. I haven't got nowhere with the baby. Yeah. I don't want a crying baby. I was that guy that used to complain and bitch about a baby being on the plane. I'm like, man, fuck, man. Oh, sorry. You know what? Your censors are gonna be like. There's no censorship, right?
No, you can say whatever you want.
All right, fuck. Okay. All right. So I used to be that guy that complained on the plane. I'm like, man, fuck, another baby. Like, I don't want to hear a baby crying, and like, I'm like, I'm rolling my eyes. Now I'm the father of a beautiful girl, and I'm like, damn, you know, I'm gonna be that guy that brings a crying baby to the plane. I don't want to be that guy. It's like I'd rather just let her grow, and then we'll go later on in life, you know, maybe like in 2 or 3 years, you know. But yeah. How do we get here? Oh yeah, you're talking about your health. Yeah. So
okay, so yeah. So I realized, you know what, I'm good. You know, I do not have to do anything else. And I'm happy. You know what? I don't have to accomplish any more things. I think everything from like here on out is just bonus. I'm in bonus time.
Okay.
And that's what made me realize, once I got like real sick, and plus then you were bringing back like when you mentioned it, just kind of like trying to make light of the situation, realize that other people have it worse and stuff like that. I'm not doing this podcast for my health.
Yeah.
It actually hurts, like my spine. It hurts sitting down. Like
it's not my fault. You're not sitting on the sweetest ball, sweetest orthopedic ball.
This is supposedly a like ergonomic chair and stuff like that. Yeah,
it's your fault. You're sitting on the It
is an ergonomic chair.
All right, it's still okay.
Yeah, I was like, my spine is like killing me. Like this is like during the day that the only time I sit down is like if I'm shooting this podcast or I'm driving. That's the only time I'm sitting down.
You should do the podcast for season 2 in the car.
In the car?
Yeah. It'll be like comedians getting coffee. What is it called with Jerry Seinfeld?
Jerry Seinfeld, yeah. He could tell you that. I'm trying to make this podcast, I said it in the last one, as simple as possible. I was like, I got the mic, one camera, one light. I was like, I didn't even have to move like my recording gear. The gear was already here. Okay. I only had one mic, so I did have to buy that mic.
By the way, guys, whoever does the next next podcast has to clean this mic because I am sick. And I told Mike to warn people.
Yeah, I'll clean the little windscreen. All right.
Okay. And I'm surprised you're not wearing like a hazmat suit right now because I'm like sick as a dog.
Yeah. With my weekend. Yeah. I'm risking it. I'm risking it for the podcast.
Yes, he's risking it for the podcast.
I'm doing this for the podcast, the Defynest podcast. Bringing you stories from all over the world. Actually, just from my home. We're not traveling anywhere. Yeah. But yeah, man. And I was like, I'm not doing this for my health. I'm sitting in this chair. It's hurting. It's hurting my back. And, but I was like, I enjoy this interaction between you and me, between me and Billy, between all my future guests. And this is something I want to do that I enjoy doing that I receive like satisfaction.
Right.
I'm to the point where basically, and this includes like jobs I take on. I only do stuff that I like, that I enjoy, that I get some satisfaction from. I'm no longer just doing, I've turned down a whole bunch of jobs just because I was like, I don't really want to shoot a wedding. I was like, you know what, let me pass on that. I was like, I'm not interested in doing it.
I think a lot of people need to realize that they should set a personal goal, like of what they're happy with.
Yeah.
Because you're never gonna be happy. Like if you're keeping up, like this is like if you're keeping up with the Joneses, you're never gonna be happy. Because you're never gonna be rich, and this is like the truth. You're never gonna be a Bill Gates. You're never gonna be a Mark Zuckerberg. You might be, but the odds are incredibly against you. And I think people will be more happier. Be like, you know what? I'm happy with having a house, having a 2 cars, maybe for the family, and I'm happy with going on vacation. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with with working at McDonald's. Shit, I wouldn't look down on any person working at McDonald's or like a fast food joint, because if they're happy and they're living and they're happy with their life, that's good for them, and just today it's just like it's crazy now. It's like everybody's trying to one up each other, and it shouldn't be like that. You should just look at the mirror and be like, you know what? I'm the one that's gonna be in control of my life. I'm the one that's gonna be like making the decision of what's gonna make me happy.
Yeah.
So yeah, being in bonus time is a great example. Of like.
And you bring up, I think that's a real important key, that people have to find their happiness. Mm-hmm. And happiness is different between other people. Each people's happiness is going to be different. And you shouldn't tie your happiness to material things.
Right.
You shouldn't do that. I was like, you don't need the $1,000 shoes. You don't really need I've been guilty of this in the past. You don't need the expensive jewelry. Mm-hmm. I was like, you don't need the grill with white gold and diamonds in your teeth.
FYI, Mike used to wear a grill. Mike used to
top and bottom,
and then chains,
white gold, diamonds, all that stuff. The only thing I sold all of it.
At one point, I think your teeth were more than my outfit or my whole net worth. Because it was a college show, so your whole grill, I was like, damn, this guy's his teeth are worth more than me.
Let me tell a story about the grill. So, I got the grill. Shout out to TV Jewelry, okay. Johnny Dank. That's my jeweler.
Okay.
I mean, I had to give him a little plug. You know, so I got the grill, and then I was wearing it, and then I remember like Heavy texted me, and he wanted me to help him move, and then for some reason, you know, this is like recently. It's not even like a week after I got the grill, and then. I was like, at that time, I was like, I did not take the grill out of my mouth. So it was, I'm helping him move, and I still had the grill in my mouth. And then it got to the point where we were carrying like a whole bunch of boxes, and I was like, you know what, let me take it off. And then I take it off, and then next thing you know, I thought I put it in my pocket. I ended up losing one of the, it was the bottom grill. I ended up losing the bottom grill, and yeah, so to make the story even worse, the very next day, I go back to TV Jewelry and I buy another bottom grill just the same because I wanted both top and bottom.
See, but at that time you were like very stuck into like being like this, like that was making you happy, right?
Yeah, okay, and that was because, you know, we grew up both. I guess like both of them. We grew up poor.
Yeah.
I was like I grew up like I didn't have anything, you know. And then it was like I remember days, you know, those what we had to eat were just like tortillas and salsa. Oh yeah. Yeah, we had tortillas and salsa. What we used to do, if we were a good week, is we would get it like avocado. And eat the avocado with tortilla. Wow, okay. That was a good week. Okay. Yeah, man, I remember those days. I remember going to bed hungry. I remember I was like, man, what we're gonna eat tomorrow? You have no clue. And I remember I didn't have anything. And actually, that probably, on the side note, that probably helped me with my creativity. You know, because I was always, you know, I didn't have anything, so I was like, okay, what's here, and then how can I spend time doing stuff, and how can I entertain myself?
You try to make the best of the situation.
Yeah, so I would just come up with games.
I agree with that because I mean I'm the same way. Yeah. You know, not coming with everything, not coming with not getting a lot of stuff that you know maybe a lot of people were getting. You know, you try to find a creative way to entertain yourself or try to solve problems. Yeah. You know, maybe it was food, maybe it was toys. So games, and so you try to find a creative solution to entertain yourself. You know, I think a lot of kids get a lot of stuff. Maybe we should take all the toys away. See if we could get more creative, man.
Yes, I mean, I remember. I don't know. This was a while back, but I went down. It's maybe like a year ago. I went down the toy aisle for some reason, and I started looking at the prices of toys. Prices of toys are ridiculous. Yep. And I was like, man, they cost that much for that little piece of plastic? Yeah. I was like, man, you get out of here with that mess. But yeah, man, I was like, but growing up in the hood that we grew up in, all you would hear is about, you know, jewelry, like you had to have a fancy car, you had to have rims, you had the system. I was like, you need a fancy house, you need all this expensive, you know, luxury items that you don't really need. But growing up in the hood, I was like, that's all you're exposed to. Like everybody says, oh, man, I can't wait until I get that fancy car, or I can't wait until I get those new shiny rims and stuff like that. Yeah. That's all you hear. Right. So it's kind of ingrained and then into you. And then plus, if you're looking at like commercials and media and all this advertisement, everything, they're trying to sell you all these expensive luxury items and push this lifestyle on you, and then so you kind of grow into that, and then
at the end of the day, you're not happy.
Yeah, it kind of shapes you. Like, okay, oh man, I want to get that thing, and that thing's gonna make me happy. But in reality, that's not true.
Yeah.
That fancy car, that fancy house, that big house, those fancy jewelries, those fancy clothes, those don't determine your happiness.
Right.
And it took me a while to realize that. I was like, man, I got rid of all the jewelry. I got rid of all the stuff. And I was like, man, I used to want, here's a plug, Maserati.
Yeah.
Maybe they could sponsor.
No, I'm pretty sure your sponsors are fucking out of the fucking door right now. Yeah, don't buy shit. Don't buy shit. Oh, because your sponsors are gone now.
Don't buy luxury items, all right? Yeah. I mean, there's still essential things that you need and stuff like that.
Like this brand.
That's what I need. I need a water sponsor. I need a
sports drinks sponsor.
I need a health insurance sponsor. I need a hospital sponsor. Those are the
life sponsor.
Life sponsor. Those are
computer sponsor.
Yeah. Those are the sponsors I need for this podcast. All right.
Cell phone sponsor. You gotta need all these sponsors, but you scare them all away. You don't need shit, man.
My bad. I'm sorry.
I know what you're saying.
Man, I'm just being true.
Yeah,
being 100% honest. I was like, man, you don't need all these things, and those things don't make you happy, and you have to be really self-aware to come to that realization.
You gotta be woke.
Yeah, you gotta be extra woke.
Yeah, woke.
Woke, with the
keeping the young audience
yeah, we gotta use the new slang.
Lit.
Yeah, we haven't said lit.
Woke.
What's some new new slang?
Urban Dictionary. Urban Dictionary. We'll find everything right there.
So, this is one I hate. Shade. Oh, yeah. I hate the word shade.
Throw some shade.
Yes. When I first heard that expression, like, oh man, she threw some shade at some other person, or what they were talking about. I think it was like Cheeseman on the radio. Yeah. And then I was like, damn, she threw a lamp at that person. That's what I took. I was like, she threw a lamp at that person. That lamp shade hit him. I was like, damn. But then it wasn't later that I realized it wasn't an actual lamp.
It was something else.
Yeah. I was like, man, I don't like that word.
No, everything's like, you have to, like some of those conversations you have with other people, like especially like a generation like below us, you're like trying to like use context clues to like figure out what they're saying. Like, oh yeah, and then you go back in the phone and like, oh shit, okay, now I know what he was saying. Yeah, you gotta keep yourself young.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I guess just to wrap that little section up. Yeah, you don't need expensive material things. That's not going to make you happy. What you need to do is you need to really look inside of you and realize, is there something that, maybe it's traveling the world. Maybe it's like, man, I really want to bake for a living, bake cupcakes for a living, and stuff like that. That'd be cool. Or, just finding things, like activities, that aren't like a physical material thing, a material possession that make you happy. Maybe you like going to the park and running, right? Maybe that makes you happy and stuff like that. But it shouldn't be, material luxury possessions. That's not going to make you happy. And that's really like an internal, conversation that you have to have with yourself.
You have to be truthful. You have to.
You have to be truthful. And I think that's something where people can take from either. It doesn't matter. Like anybody can take from that advice. You have to be truthful with yourself. I mean, you could be truthful like with your goals in life. With us, we got a little experience with entrepreneurship, and then so you got to be truthful to yourself with that, especially because you got a whole bunch of money on the line, all right? So it's like you have to know your weaknesses, you have to know your strengths, you really got to know yourself, just in general in life, to if you ever want to really truly be happy. And these are that's the deep questions you got to ask yourself. And I really enjoy you bringing up these points and these conversations, because this is something I'm telling you. I was like, we're very, very similar. I think, like in the way that we think, or maybe you're a little more. You're a little more outgoing.
I'm a little bit off the deep end, man.
I don't know about that.
I think so, man. I know myself.
Yeah.
So I know that I'm a little bit off the deep end.
I know I'm weird. I know I'm different.
No, I'm just like fuck. I'm fucked up, man. I'm just fucked up. The stuff that I say sometimes is like, how the fuck what the hell are you thinking, Adrian? Like, come on. Like, I just come up with like the stupidest shit, or I do the stupidest shit.
Yeah. But you know, that's what I enjoy about you.
Yeah.
That's one thing I enjoy being around you. I was like, it's always a good time. It's always entertaining.
I don't think I could fit all of the stories in like one podcast. I think I have so many, man.
Yeah,
like,
no. Well, and I'll make sure to have you back. Like for you can come back whenever you want.
Whenever I get 73 views, I'll come back.
73?
Yeah.
Hey man,
No.
we got more than I expected. You know, I don't really care. Like, I don't really care about the views. You know, but I'm not doing this for the views. Like, really, you know,
check this guy out, man. Check this guy out.
I'm not doing it for the views.
Check this out,
but,
guy. Like,
you know,
once he gets to 100,000 views, he's like, yeah. You talk to my agent.
I
think I can give you a little plug there.
I'm gonna sell out so quick.
Yeah, you're gonna sell out so quick. And before we know it, you're gonna have a badass studio, and you're not gonna even recognize the poor people that brought you in.
Nah, it's never gonna be that. I'm never gonna sell out to that point. But yeah, man, I really enjoy, you know, just being around you, because you have a really good energy about you.
Oh, thank you.
You have a really good energy about you, and just to switch the topic and get a little crazy, you know, right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this, you know, one of the reasons why you're number one on my archnemesis list.
Do I come down though? After today?
We'll see.
Okay,
we'll see.
Okay.
It's still up in the air.
Okay.
It's still up in the air. I'm gonna add one more reason why you're on my archnemesis list.
All right.
Is I think that this is just like crazy talk. Just throwing it out there. This is like random stuff that comes into my mind out of like I would like to say I'm a humble guy, you know. But being reflective and then knowing myself, being truthful about like all the skills I do have, you know, everything I've learned, everything I've taught myself, it's kind of crazy. And I started thinking, I was like, man, you know, I think like I have more skills than most people in the world. I was like, if you take like most people, I was like, man, I'm more skillful than most people, because I was like, man, I would put my resume up against anybody. And then so I started thinking about it, and then so I started thinking about like our friends. I was like, who would I know? I was like, is there somebody that would give me a run for my money? You know, talk about all the skills that they have, everything they know how to do, like throughout their lifetime, and then so going one for one, you know, basically having like a competition.
Yeah. And
I think you would give me probably the toughest run for my money.
I mean, it's because like I do a lot of stuff. So I mean, that's a whole bunch of bonuses for me. A lot of life experiences.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, this guy.
A lot of stuff you picked up because of those stupid experiences.
You learn more from your mistakes than you do from anything else.
Yeah.
Like, there's no textbook that teaches you how to avoid mistakes, man. You gotta make mistakes, and I think mistakes teach you more.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? He would give me the run for my money.
And I made a lot of mistakes. So that's why
I have to. All right. But I was like, he would give me the toughest. I was like, yeah. So that's another reason. I was like, you're part of my competition.
Okay.
You're my competition.
Okay.
That's why you're number one on the arch nemesis list. All right.
So I'm like
you're my rival.
Okay, so I'm like you're like I'm the Joker.
Yeah, you're the Joker to my Batman.
Okay. Oh, okay.
All right.
What's another one?
You're the Lex Luthor to my Superman.
Oh, okay.
You're the.
Oh, stop! Are you gonna beat
You're the. feminine?
Yeah, I'm the Wonder Woman, or you're the Wonder Woman to your what's Wonder Woman's archnemesis? Comment below. Comment below.
What happened in the movie? The movie, but she fought like some. It was a guy.
Yeah,
I'm just like girl versus girl. You're my
Serena Williams to my her sister.
Her sister. Yeah.
What's your sister's name?
Venus.
Yeah,
I forgot to. Yeah. You're Venus to my Serena. To my Serena Williams.
Okay.
Yeah. You're
I'm just a lot of stuff. I'm a lot of stuff.
You're LeBron James to my Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay. Ooh, who's Michael Jordan? Who's LeBron James? Comment below. Comment below.
Yeah, man. So, how long? I thought you were timing this.
Oh man, it's been a conversation. Okay, let's see.
Are you
So
done?
my goal coming in here was to beat Billy's time.
Okay.
Billy's time was
an hour 16 minutes.
Yeah, an hour and something minutes. And I was just like, let me just bullshit around for a couple of oh shit, I stopped watch.
And you know what?
Stop watch.
Last time, but like I have a little clock right behind you, and then last time when I shot with Billy, I made sure like when I started to look at the clock. But this time I didn't look at the clock.
Oh man! So I mean, you know what? I have filibuster, so I can just like beat Billy's time.
Go ahead. I don't care.
I'm gonna read some Dr. Seuss books. The Cat in the Hat. I know those.
You know my heart.
I know my heart. Yeah. So
you've been reading them to Adriana.
Yeah, I've been reading them to Adriana.
Okay.
I've been reading. But she doesn't understand. She's like, she wants to eat the books instead of reading them, bro. I'm trying my best. I'm trying to create a little version of myself. So,
I guarantee you she is.
Oh, she already is.
She already looks like you.
Yeah,
she already looks just like you.
I told Jessica I was gonna take her to Maury Povich. Nah, this is not my kid. It looks exactly like my kid. And like it's like, and I wanted to do a spoof like video and like just like have like me acting out like. Nah, this is not my kid, Maury. They ain't my kid. Okay, we got the wrong face. She got bigger eyes than me, and something like that.
Yeah.
And then I had like a clip from like YouTube from Maury like saying like this is the father, and I'll be like you are the father, and then I'll be like running around the backstage and like, throwing my arms like no. I was like,
dude, I would help shoot that. I would help shoot that.
The only person I need to convince is Jessica. And she's gonna be like, she's the one that has
to okay.
She's the one that has to be okay. Yeah.
Oh, I could see that video already.
Yeah.
I could see that video already. And that's another thing. I was like, we both shoot video. We both do photography. You were just telling me before we started this podcast that you started messing into animation.
Oh yeah.
Some more.
I gave up though.
You gave up?
Yeah, I was like,
good job. Good job, quitter.
Yeah, that's me. I just gave. Well, that goes to your whole
learning.
No, the whole intro thing. I'm a seller. I'm a flake. Yeah. So I flaked out on animation. I was like, I threw my gloves.
I was like, oh man. But look, you tried.
I tried.
I think that's something a lot of people don't do. I was like, they don't take the initiative. They don't have the initiative to actually get out and try it.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't really know
until you try it.
Yeah, and then like one thing, like one of the reasons why I got off social media, I was like, there's a whole bunch of people that just talk but don't actually do stuff.
Oh yeah.
I was like, all right, man. I was like, I've seen like people would like. And this is just talking in general. It's not like any specific person or anything like that I know. But yeah, they're like, okay, they talk about wanting to do the same thing. Oh man, I'm gonna start this. I want to start this soon or whatever. Right. I'm gonna start doing this, and then like months and years go by, and they're still talking about doing it. I'm like,
and I hear it all the time. Whether it be a t-shirt business, they're like, oh, I want to. Start off a t-shirt company.
Yeah.
And you did that too. You learned. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually did.
Yeah.
And I failed.
Yeah. but I'm not throwing quote unquote shade.
Yeah, you just threw a lampshade at me, man.
Lampshade.
You just threw a lampshade at me.
No.
I do not appreciate you throwing a lampshade.
As a matter of fact, this is all work. but whether it be like, even a restaurant, whether it be a consulting company, and I've been guilty of that too. I tried to do something like that and it failed.
Hey, you're a little too hard on yourself. You had some clients.
Oh yeah, I did have some.
You had some clients. You had a pretty big name boxer.
Yeah,
as one of your clients.
Yeah, let's not mention him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He wasn't nicknamed after like a big animal with horns.
A big four.
Well, but the smaller version, the kid version. Maybe you call it a baby.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of people talk, and it's just like they don't do it. And I always use this example. It's like and I'm not coming up with this on top of my mind. I actually heard it from somebody else. Is that they asked the question like, what is the richest place on the earth? What is the richest place on the earth? And everybody starts yelling America, Germany. All these countries, China, Russia, whatever, and the speaker that asked that question, they said like, well, the richest place on the earth is a cemetery. People are confused and like, wow, why a cemetery? Well, the speaker, reveals that the cemetery is the most richest place on earth because, that's where ideas went to go die. That's where the next, iPod went to go die. That's when the next. Louis Vuitton went to go die because people never took the initiative and they never did nothing. They just talked.
Yeah,
they just talked, and that's something that one should think about. Like, am I a talker or am I a doer?
And you can't be afraid to fail.
No, you can't. You're gonna fail.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
It's how you pick yourself up from those failures. Are you gonna use that as an excuse? Are you the person that creates excuses? Because there's people that be like, you know what? I tried and I failed. Okay, well, what's the next step? Are you gonna just whine about it for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
Or are you gonna learn from the mistakes and continue? Because I have fucked up on some properties, and Jessica's been fucking pissed off at me.
Yeah.
But like I pick myself up and I'm like, you know what? Let me just create some. Let me take a step back. I could have been like, you know what, this is it. I'm gonna give up.
Yeah.
Or I could have, and what I did, I was like, I picked myself up and found a creative way to sell it. Sell a property. And so it's how you react to your failure that makes you a person.
Just a little context. Giddy's in real estate. You could say.
You can say that. I'm like a
real estate investor.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm like the cheap version of HETV, Flip This Home. Right? Or what's the other one with Chip and Kelly?
I don't know what Fixer Upper?
Fixer Upper.
Yeah.
I'm like the cheap version of that. I'm the person that doesn't have a lot of money like they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I try to do it like them, but man, it's hard. But I mean, it still makes a good amount of like money to feed me and pay the bills.
Hey, and that's good in itself.
Yeah,
you don't have to rely on anybody else for income. You're not working at some job that you hate.
Yeah,
and just realizing like every second you're at that job that you hate your life. I hate being here and stuff. You're doing something that you want to do.
Yeah. And that still puzzles me. Like a lot of people hate their job, but they still care. They still stay.
They stay there. They don't leave.
They don't live. They don't make They don't wander off and see what's out there. Because you might be you might be an accountant that hates their job, but you don't want to leave because again, the materialistic stuff. You like you want to keep the beamer, but you never know. You might be a great cook, and you might never know that because you never experienced you don't want to experience failure.
Yeah.
And you don't want to experience, like, you don't want to take that leap of faith on yourself. You don't trust yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. That's what happens all the time.
Yeah. And
a lot.
Yeah, I don't understand how people do that either. It's crazy because you know what? I was like, and I spoke with this. I speak with this to Heavy, and I told Heavy this, and I told other people this. You know what? You know, I'd rather make less money, you know, doing something that I enjoy than making more money at a job that I hate, that making my life miserable.
I don't have a problem with people working at a sorry job.
Yeah.
But like if you're gonna work at a sorry job, make sure you're working on your dream job.
Make sure you're taking steps.
You're making strides to, maybe let's take an example that accountant.
Yeah.
Make sure you're taking a cooking class like in the afternoon. Make sure you're learning. Make sure you're writing your recipes. Yeah. Go work and build up your bankroll, and then you know you have like maybe like 50,000, 60,000 saved up. Fuck it, you know, go and open up a little restaurant.
Yeah.
You take that leap of faith and you open it up and see if you're good. You're gonna, if you're devoted. I think if you're devoted and if you have a passion for it, you're gonna be good for it. You know, you're gonna maybe come up with some great pastries or food or whatever. Not.
Yeah, and I think that's the best way if you want to get into entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Is like have a job, you know, get some income, save some money up, you know, and then kind of like on the side start, you know, testing it out, you know, take little steps, you know, like, all right, maybe I need to learn this. Like you ever say, you're taking the cooking classes at night. Do everything to try to get better. I don't suggest that people jump all in.
No.
Just quit your job and then just go have all the money that you have and then just jump into entrepreneurship or just start a business. I do not recommend that at all. The best way is, you know, to have that steady income so you don't have to worry about, you know, paying the bills, having a roof over your head. You're comfortable in that fact. And then, you know, saving up money and starting it on the side. And just start it from the side, you know, that way, you know, you're not too deep into it where you're not losing everything. Right. You know, you're kind of like, you're minimizing your risks.
Right. And also could serve also as I don't know if this is the right word, a de-stressor. Is that a word like?
It's a relief.
Like a relief.
It relaxes you.
It relaxes you. Like you could do your job.
Yeah.
And then you're fucking tired. You're annoyed. You're stressed. Go something that, you know, relaxes you by doing something that you're passionate about.
Yeah.
Whether it be like, you know, cooking, drawing, making videos,
photography,
doing a vlog, or doing you know, making some clothes, you know, working on cars. Yeah. Yeah. You use that as like your stress reliever.
Yeah.
The de-stressor.
The de-stressor.
Yeah.
Damn. You know.
I'm good with it.
If that's not a word, it is now.
It is a word.
We got the master of making up words. I could come up with a word.
Tell that story.
I could come up with a word every now and then. You know, I came up with the word Defynest. You know, that's a made up word.
It probably took 2 weeks for that. Like,
look,
you should have called me. You should have called me. Like, yeah, think about a word. Okay.
I had like a notebook where I'm like writing down like, you know, like keywords, and I have my dictionary, like, oh man, flipping through it, maybe I can find a word I could use and all this stuff. Dude, I was like, I have in front of me the master of making up words. All right, the master.
Yeah. So the word was what? Shockness.
Shockness.
So it was in the news, and
and that was part of the story because I was with you the night before. I was with you that we were working on something. We were working on probably a website, building a website at your house.
Oh, okay.
We were working on a website at your house the night before, and then I remember you telling me that there was some like
some murder that happened.
No, at that time, I think they were just looking for something, or they might have been looking. What was it?
So I think
they had the
I
cops
think already discovered the body.
Oh
and
no, they hadn't.
This is how fucked up. I mean, it's a dead person involved.
Yeah.
And down my street.
Yeah. Well, you talk like across the street. Across the street from your house.
So they found a dead person there.
Yeah.
And if you want to know the story, well, I'll tell it some other time. But anyway, so the news stations were out there. The vans were out there trying to, take some shots of the house. And, I'm over there walking the dog, and they completely bombarded me, man.
They blindsided
me, and then they told me, yeah, we just need a couple of lines from you, like. And I was like, all right, cool. I was like, all right, I'll give it a couple of lines, and then so I was just like, I was kind of like in a state of shock, and I was like, oh yeah, this has happened outside of my house, and I can't believe this happens in my neighborhood, and I'm in a complete state of shockness. And I didn't even think my head wasn't clicking. My head.
It was pure shockness.
Pure shockness.
It's not a state of just shockness. It's a state of pure shockness.
So that happened, man. So I think these guys would never let me. They're never gonna let go of that. They're gonna still throw that in my face for ever.
Because we see the news articles, and they had the video of him, and they kind of highlighted it a little bit, and it's like, this is just pure shockness, and then they kind of cut it on that, and edited it on that.
It's funny too that whenever I went to go read the article, they put that quote on, like they put that line in quotation marks. Like, dude, come on, man. Why you?
They knew it too.
They knew it too.
Oh, this is good.
They knew it too, man. Them bastards, man.
Yeah. Oh my God, I was cracking up.
So that's one of the many stories I got to tell. I mean,
yeah. And you remember the remix I made?
Oh yeah. This guy. I think it was like the anniversary of the incident.
You know what it was? It was your birthday.
Oh.
It was your birthday. That's why I did it.
This guy right here.
Man. So the video of Giddy getting interviewed is still online.
It's somewhere in
It's still online. So
somewhere in the interweb.
Yeah, no, because I found it and I downloaded it. I think it's on my hard drive right now. That video is still but I downloaded it, and then I basically made that Pure Shockness a song. Yeah. I called it a Pure Shockness remix.
No, Pure Shockness remix.
So I turned it into a song.
Jokes on you. I made $500 on iTunes with that song. Jokes on you, brother. $500 my way, comes my way on iTunes.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh,
so wait, did I beat Billy's time?
I have no clue where
I think we started like at.
Well, you came like right close to 5.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I beat Billy's time now.
Okay, that's your only goal.
Yeah, my only goal was to beat Billy. I came in here thinking like, that motherfucker. Yeah. He fucking took my first spot. Yeah. And then he's gonna set the bar high. Man, I'm gonna get that motherfucker.
Yeah, you're following Billy. Billy was a natural, man.
Billy was a natural. He was smooth.
Yeah.
He wasn't all over the map like me.
Yeah, or me. He was the one keeping it in line.
He kept it in line. Fuck Billy. No, sorry, Billy.
Oh, man.
No.
Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah, pew, pew. Yeah, I don't want
shots fired over here.
As a matter of fact, oh man, tomorrow I got a court date tomorrow.
Oh,
so
that's tomorrow.
Yeah, that's tomorrow. Fuck, man, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I beat Billy, so that's good. Mm-hmm. I think.
Hopefully. Well, you know what? Let's check. And actually, that's one reason why I left the monitor on when we started. Is this thing even recording? Oh, we just did a whole podcast and did not record. I think we did. This is hilarious.
Way to go, Mike.
Oh, my bad. I could have sworn I pressed record.
Thank God we got video now.
Well, I guess the audio on this version is gonna suck.
So yeah. So
okay.
Mike,
whoops, rookie mistake. Hey man, this is only my second podcast.
You should have let it.
Hey,
you still didn't hit record. You still didn't hit record.
You know what?
At least we could get the end of it.
Good.
You know what, man? From the beginning, all right, you distracted me. I was like, you're a very distracting person. All right.
All right.
I guess it's both of our ADD. All right. So right now, I just turned on the real mics and the good audio.
So they missed the whole thing about me being the sexy voices and stuff.
We got deep.
Yeah, we got deep. We
started talking about life and all
we got
kinds
deep, and then
the search for the personal happiness.
Yeah, and I went deep about about how I met you with my deep voice.
Yeah, man.
It was 1993.
We were playing Oregon Trail.
Oregon Trail.
Yeah,
Cannot believe that.
Yeah, so for guys listening, this is where the audio kicks, the good audio kicks in. We just did a whole podcast. I
See, it's not my fault.
did not turn on the mic. It's because you're a distracting person, very distracting. You know, you just have this energy about you.
You learn it. You live and learn. Now we're gonna have the next lesson.
We're talking about failures, like in this podcast. So here y'all get to witness live one of my failures. I forgot to press record on the audio, and so
fuck it, let's do it again.
We just did like an hour and a half, but yeah. So guys, I apologize. This one's on me. My bad. We all made some mistakes. You know, this is on my second podcast. Cut me some slack. Actually, this is technically not my second podcast. Something y'all don't know is I've worked on a podcast before this. It wasn't mine though, but I produced it. So I edited and put it all together. So so
all right, so since we wasted an hour and 30 minutes of talking to the microphone, how are we gonna end this?
Yeah,
Wait, you ended it with the zombie question yesterday.
well, it just kind of happened. The zombie was organic.
Okay.
You know, and it was to the point where Billy had to go. Billy had to leave.
Typical Billy, always leaving.
He had some business to take care of, you know. But so I was looking at the time, and that's when I realized, oh man, it's close. Like I knew he had to leave. Yeah. Like, and so I was like, all right, let's just end it right there. So I guess we could end it.
The end.
No.
Roll credits.
No. Here we go. I guess I could take you off of my arch nemesis list.
Okay, I like that.
All right.
That's good.
You are no longer
number one.
Number one.
I am no.
I guess I could switch these. Comcast is number one now. All right. So you're no longer on my arch nemesis list, and I'm sorry, guys. Y'all missed a hell of a podcast. That was super good, man. Super good.
He fucked up.
I messed up, man. I'm sorry. I apologize.
So now the people on, well, I think it's going to look good. It's going to be good on YouTube.
That was going to be awesome on YouTube.
YouTube is going to be great.
I apologize for the audio. I'm going to start the podcast with this, guys. I apologize for the audio. For some for some inexplicable reason.
Yeah, there you go.
The first part of this podcast did not.
First part? Well, fuck, it was a whole part. It was a whole thing, man. It was a whole thing.
Actually, the whole thing.
The whole thing's fucked up.
My bad, guys.
My bad.
This is on me. I forgot to press record on the interface, in the software program to record the good audio onto my computer.
Well, we're going to have a good solid 4 minutes and 5 seconds.
Yes.
So it's going to be good.
Y'all missed a hell of a lot, but promise, guys, if you stay tuned and stick through this shitty audio for an hour and a half, you'll maybe learn something and become a better person.
Cue the music.
And have some laughs. But we're gonna... I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up right here.
Okay.
I would really appreciate you coming on to this podcast. You were my number one choice to be the first person on the guest.
Don't throw Billy some shade now.
Yes, but then Billy robbed your spot.
Okay.
He came in and he just swooped in and vultured your spot.
Yeah.
He vultured your spot, and but there was no other person that I wanted as the second guest on the Defynest podcast. I'm glad you could make it. I really enjoyed the conversation. Yep. You're one of the people I really admire. One of the most, you're up there. One of the most respected persons that I really admire. You push me to get better.
Make me cry.
You are the Joker to my Batman.
Okay, good.
And I love you.
Okay, good.
All
right. That being said, peace.
We're done.
All right, good.
Woo! You're such a noob, Giddy.
Huh?
You're such a noob. You should have pressed record from the beginning.
And you find out you didn't hit record on the camera.
No, it's recording. I see the red light flashing. The red light is flashing.
I'm gonna be fucking pissed off. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
But you know what would be messed up? If the battery in the mic died while we were recording. That'd be really messed up.